Lesson 137. So, and its many uses. Continued. It is not so. So, you have come. It so happens. I told you so. Just, exactly. Can you give me some further examples of the word so?
Some further examples of the word so are, he said the train had left, but it was not so.
Melt. What do we get when ice melts?
We get water when ice melts.
Has something to do with. Has my job got anything to do with art?
No, your job hasn't got anything to do with art.
If you interfered in a private matter that had nothing to do with you, what might somebody say to you?
If I interfered in a private matter that had nothing to do with me, somebody might say, mind your own business.
Pick at. Pick out. Why do people sometimes pick at their food?
People sometimes pick at their food because they aren't very hungry or they don't like the food very much.
Do you find it hard to pick out the right clothes to wear when you're going to a party?
No, I don't find it hard to pick out the right clothes to wear when I'm going to a party.
Regard. Regards. Greet. Greetings. Bye-bye. See you. Do you think most people in this country regard pollution as a serious problem?
Yes, I think most people in this country regard pollution as a serious problem.
When we want to send our greetings to somebody through a third person, what do we say?
When we want to send our greetings to somebody through a third person, we say, give my regards to...
What do we say when we greet someone in the street?
When we greet someone in the street, we say, hello, good evening, etc.
And what do we say when we leave someone?
When we leave someone, we say goodbye, bye-bye, see you, cheers, etc.
Scent. Give off. Which flower do you think gives off the nicest scent?
I think the jasmine gives off the nicest scent.
Welcome. What does somebody mean when they open their front door and say, welcome, to a visitor?
When somebody opens their front door and says, welcome to a visitor, they mean that they are happy to invite the visitor into their home.
When was the last time you went to an airport to welcome a friend or relative?
The last time I went to an airport to welcome a friend was last year.
Go right. Temper. Lose one's temper. Thoughtful. Go bad. When things don't go right, what do you do? Lose your temper or just become very quiet and thoughtful?
When things don't go right, I lose my temper.
What do we do with food that has gone bad?
We throw away food that has gone bad.
What kind of things put you in a bad temper?
The kind of things that put me in a bad temper are when things go wrong.
Would you say that, generally speaking, women were more sweet-tempered than men?
No, I wouldn't say that, generally speaking, women were more sweet-tempered than men.
By now. If you had left for Scotland 10 hours ago, would you have arrived there by now?
Yes, if I'd left for Scotland 10 hours ago, I'd have arrived there by now.
Warn. Ahead. Triangle. What kind of sign do we see on the side of the road that warns us that there's danger ahead?
The kind of sign we see on the side of the road that warns us that there's danger ahead is usually a red triangle with a picture of the danger in the middle. If, for example, there is a dangerous bend ahead, there will be a line in the shape of a dangerous bend inside the triangle.
Mercy. In ancient history, did the conquerors of a country usually show mercy to the people of the country they had conquered?
No, in ancient history, the conquerors of a country didn't usually show mercy to the people of the country they had conquered.
Desire. What's a similar word to wish?
A similar word to wish is desire.
Do you have any great desire to travel around the world at some point in your life?
Yes, I have a great desire to travel around the world at some point in my life.
Ignore. If you developed an ache in your lower back that would not go away, would you ignore it or go to the doctor?
If I developed an ache in my lower back that would not go away, I'd go to the doctor.
Upright. Lung. Organ. Why is it healthier to sit and walk upright rather than with one's head and shoulders bent forward?
The reason it's healthier to sit and walk upright rather than with one's head and shoulders bent forward is that the lungs and other organs of the body are not pressed against each other, and with an upright back, the blood moves more freely in the body and the person feels less tired.
Seldom. What's another word for rarely?
Another word for rarely is seldom.
What's the difference between seldom and rarely?
The difference between seldom and rarely is that seldom is a more formal word than rarely.
Does it often rain in the south of Spain?
No, it doesn't often rain in the south of Spain. It seldom rains in the south of Spain.
Work out. Work out this problem, please. What gets wetter while it's drying?
The answer is a towel.
What are you doing?
I'm working out a problem.
Confusion. Electrical. Do you agree that the instruction booklets that come with electrical products sometimes contain so much detail that they simply cause confusion?
Yes, I agree that the instruction booklets that come with electrical products sometimes contain so much detail that they simply cause confusion.
Advance. Step by step. Progress. In advance. In arrears. Why is it better to advance step by step when learning a foreign language rather than try to progress too quickly?
The reason it's better to advance step by step when learning a foreign language rather than try to progress too quickly is that it's impossible to absorb high-level language unless you can use language from lower levels easily and without thinking.
Do advances in science mean that more people are living longer these days than ever before?
Yes, advances in science mean that more people are living longer these days than ever before.
When people work, are they normally paid in advance or in arrears?
When people work, they are normally paid in arrears.
Cuff. Preparation. Idiom 38. Off the cuff equals without preparation. What does the idiom off the cuff mean?
The idiom off the cuff means without preparation.
Give me an example, please.
He gave his wedding speech off the cuff because he hadn't had any time to prepare properly.
Have you ever had to make a speech off the cuff?
Yes, I've had to make a speech off the cuff.
Valley. Injustice.